opportunity. I read an article this week that Facebook is their next goal, their next milestone is 3 billion people. So, occasionally what happens is people get myopic, and what they do is they look at their little universe of friends on Facebook and they don't think about what's possible, about creating a bigger following and getting to 5,000 friends, and then using YouTube and Instagram and I've been messing around a little bit with LinkedIn lately, and I'm just fascinated with LinkedIn. The communication tools are so much better than Facebook. Do I have it figured out? Am I ready to teach it? No. Am I even the right person to teach it? No. What we're doing is Facebook centric, but I know that what's going to happen is if you have goals, there is unlimited opportunity for you to be able to reach out and tell your story and recruit somebody as either a customer or as a distributor. It's remarkable how accessible people are. And so make friends, get out there, get in a conversation, tell your story, and you're going to have opportunities. People are looking. The retail establishment is literally falling apart. I was looking at an article today about Sears closing 70 stores. Retail is under big pressure. There's a lot of pressure associated with making a living. There's always going to be somebody that needs to make money. So the business part of our opportunity is always going to have demand, and it's its own product. And I'm going to talk about that right now. So we do this almost every single night at 10 at 10. And, this is the model going forward. Now, I know more than I'm supposed to. I know what Nu Skin's doing to feed this beast. And they're using the innovation channel. And then they're also doing some brand partnering. They've had 400 or 500 different smaller companies that sell products, make application, and it's almost like a Shark Tank kind of process. But the way to get a product through that and get Nu Skin to market it is through the Innovation Center. So we have this unbelievable footprint, these 80 scientists in 9 different disciplines now that are going to vet these products. And this is exactly what we just saw. Power Lips 6 months ago, nobody knew anything about it. It wasn't even on our radar. It wasn't our product. It didn't come out of our science center. It went through our science center for vetting, but Nu Skin invested in that company. Actually, I think ultimately will own it, and has invested in their manufacturing and helped them get on their way. And we're going to see hundreds of products that they're going to feed this model with over the course of time. I think that we're going to see new products every couple of months. We used to see new products every 2 years for the last 27 years. I think that we're going to see new products even more frequently than that. I know for a fact that there's 12 social selling products coming out at Live. So what my recommendation, if I were talking to my son Blake, which I am right now, is get really good at this. Get really good at the social selling model, really learn it. They're going to add technology to it. Some of us in the group are already in the beta test for the new e-commerce technology platform that gives us the ability to drop ship one-off products. There are markets already doing that. I just was speaking with Thailand yesterday morning with one of our leaders over there, and they are literally drop shipping one-off toothpastes now in Thailand. I know that's their intention. So my point is that this is just going to get better. We're going to have more products to feed it. It's going to get cleaner and easier for people to participate. I honestly can't even imagine that at free to join, and no fees and minimum shipping and all these things that they're doing. And then the next thing that they just did is they also signed a contract with a company called XPO, which is the biggest shipping company in the world, so that they can squish shipping times down and squish the price of shipping down. I can tell you that Nu Skin a year from now will be a social selling front end company. We'll have all kinds of different products that we can feed through this model and that people can make money with today. So my point with this whole executive call tonight is to encourage you to have a little bit of vision about your business and understand that this is your business. It can be way more than just making a few bucks every day. It can be a career. It can literally be a business that is as lucrative as any business opportunity that you can name or think of, and that would include a lot of franchising opportunities and other opportunities. I look at our business, and it's a, I don't know, $80 million a year business, something like that, and it's in 50 countries, and it's really got a pretty interesting life. And so where do you get that to start it for nothing, make profit your first day? Pretty hard to replicate. So, this is just their intention already. This is a slide that was at the leadership conference in April. It talks a little bit about timeline and some of the other products that we're going to see in the fall here at convention. So different markets, etc. There's always different interesting products there. There's an AP24 whitening pen there that I think will be really interesting. Just a couple of little tweaks and here and there, and there's always opportunity associated with new products if you're good at it, if you've really kind of dialed it in. Okay, so what we really wanted to talk about tonight, and what Blake's going to do, is we're going to go through the comp plan, but I want to remind you what you're actually doing. There's you're going to use product, you're going to have some distributors, you're going to have some customers. Those customers, if you take care of them, they're going to trust you. They're going to reorder from you. They're going to keep buying from you over time. Now, not every single one of them. They're like the leaves on your tree. They don't really have a lot of loyalty necessarily, but the better you take care of them, the better loyalty they're going to have. Distributors are a little different. They stay longer. They're actually involved in the business. Executives stay way longer. Executives have a business. Executives are actually, helping new distributors. They're also helping new distributors understand how to service customers, etc. And executives are being paid to infinity on their distributors, and that's a big distinguishing point in the marketplace. I can name a half a dozen companies that pay 6 or 7 or 8 levels. They don't pay to infinity on individual distributors. And that's a big distinction. So you're going to be able to create executives. Once you're an executive and you've created an executive, then what you have is a license to be able to go and help other people become business people, have their own business, and be able to get paid as that business grows. And so once you've done it yourself, and you've done it once, you're a gold executive, then you know how to do it again, and you can do it again and again and again and again. And what you're really doing, and if you really understand this slide, what you're doing is building a distribution channel. Okay, so some of you had an amazing experience on Thursday where you checked your volumes and all of a sudden they doubled, even more than that. And that was just a tiny little limited release. There was only $1 million worth of product. That wasn't even a big deal. I mean, some of these releases we do will sell, 10 times that amount of product in the same amount of time. So the bigger your distribution channel gets, when we have a new product release like that, and when you have reorders and customers, and you've actually built this distribution channel, I hope that some of you got a big taste of that this week on Thursday. Pretty crazy stuff, really, pretty exciting stuff. And that is welcome to your future, right? Now that you've done that once, you can help other people navigate it. So monthly commissions, I really wanted to talk about this because I see chatter in the group about this company and that company and company X and company Y. And I've never, ever really tried to compare Nu Skin to other stuff. We do product better. We do all the good, none of the bad. We do, products that are visual, emotional, consumable, highly unique products. Company-wise, we have cash. We have a huge war chest. We do $2.5 billion a year. We have an innovation, juggernaut with, our 80 scientists and 4 or 5. I think there's 5 science centers now and 2 campuses. The campus in Beijing, in Shanghai, is twice the size of the one in Provo. It's really a remarkable company. And so when you look at these average incomes, I think the question that you should be asking is how. And most people don't have any leverage in their life, so they're being paid only on their efforts. So they're selling hours, weeks, months, procedures, wills. They're writing something. They're building something. The mechanics of what they're doing can actually never create any real freedom, because what they're really ultimately selling is time. It doesn't matter whether you're a school teacher or a lawyer, you're still selling time. You're going to run out of time. It's the most limited commodity that there is on the earth. So you've got to figure out some way to be paid on the efforts of other people, paid on capital. Now, the way our world works is you're either capital for somebody else or you employ capital. And that's the way a capital society works. So if you're an employee, you're somebody else's capital. They're buying or renting your time, and you're never going to break that cycle, right? And have control of you. And so that's why we're exposed for the first time to Nu Skin average incomes. They don't understand it. They think it's hype. They don't think it's real. And it's because they don't understand how it works. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take that apart. I'm going to let Blake take over, because by now my voice has become monologue and you stopped listening to me about 5 minutes ago.
Hey, Dad, do you want to just click through the whole thing?
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be able to have you click every single time. So just click right till the end. So we're going to do this really fast. We have a lot of good resources. Nick has done an excellent comp plan that's been watched thousands of times now by people in the group. Just stop right there. That's good. And, we really just wanted to highlight this because this is really the whole story here. I mean, really, with Nu Skin, like Brent mentioned, the compensation plan is always going to be the overarching thing that no one can ever compete with us on. You can match up product for product if you want, but our products are always going to be great. You can talk about products from 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I mean, the toothpaste is 15 years old and we're selling, tons of it, right? So product is going to come and go. It's going to rise and fall. It's going to be a flash in the pan, but the compensation plan is really what's going to be the staying power of your business. So really, with the Nu Skin compensation plan, there's 3 ways that you're paid. There's the distributor or the user of product, the executive, and then there's the leader of other executives, okay? You're paid as all of those titles combined. So as a distributor or user of product, typically as you're earning retail profit, you're going to also make 5% of your level 1. You're going to be earning typically less than $1,000 a month. We have people that make more. In rare circumstances, we have people that sell a ton of product and make a lot more than that. But generally speaking, you're going to be making a little bit less than, anywhere from like $200 to $1,000 a month. The way that looks is highlighted by that graphic right there. So there's you're using your product, which could be, the products from the beauty box, the AP24. You've replaced some of the product in your home with other Nu Skin products, and you're going to get paid on that. Beyond that, you're also going to do posts. You're going to get customers. You're going to do volume that way. And then you're also going to start to recruit people. So you have your A, B, C, and D, which every now and again we have names for, like, Amy, Ben, Charlie, and Danny or whatever. But you're going to be sponsoring these new distributors and teaching them the social selling method. And as you do that, Nu Skin's going to give you a 5% finder's fee, basically, where for every bit of product that they purchase directly from Nu Skin, you're going to get paid 5%. This is as a distributor. So this is as a free account. You get your wholesale pricing, you make your retail profit, and you make 5%. So it's pretty awesome already. Then, as you actually start to go through the post cycle with these people, you have Billy there who started to recruit a few people, and he starts to teach other people, and it goes on and on and on all the way down to infinity. But because you're a distributor right now, you're actually not paid on anything beyond your first level. So anyone that you personally sponsor, you'll be paid on, but anyone beyond that, you don't. which might not sound fair, but that's kind of the whole thing, is that you need to upgrade. Expose, involve, upgrade is what we keep saying over and over and over again. And if you want to be paid on that percentage, if you want to be paid on those people, then you need to become an executive. And we're going to talk about how to become an executive here in a minute. But executives are the whole benefit of becoming an executive. You're going to start to earn a lot more money. The average executives are earning, $3,000 to $10,000, upwards of $10,000 a month as an executive. And the way they're doing that is they're still making their retail profit. So they're still being paid as a distributor. They're getting paid their, $1,000, $200 to $1,000 as a distributor. They're making 5% of their level one, but then they're also making 9 to 20% of their group sales volume, which is anyone. So that whole box over there on the left, that's everybody in there, all the way down to infinity. And depending on how much volume you do, that percentage goes up, ranging anywhere from 9 to 20% on a sliding scale. So as an executive, even as a distributor, we have people that are doing posts that are growing their businesses all over the world. We've had people that have done one recruiting post and sponsored people on in multiple countries and on multiple continents, which is crazy to me. So as an executive, you have the ability to take advantage of a worldwide franchise. It's like you have a McDonald's that can sell to anywhere in the world. Now, as you become an executive, like the way that this all works is it's the doctor's method of see one, do one, teach one, right? So you become a distributor, you find a way to find other distributors, and by doing that over and over and over again, you become an executive. And then as you create more distributors and they learn the compensation plan, they're going to want to be executives too. They're going to want to start to earn that 9 to 20%. So as you start to create executives in your group, Nu Skin's going to start to compensate you differently for the percentage of the whole teams that you've created. So as a leader, this is where you can really start to make the walkaway income that Brent was talking about. The people that are making $10,000 to $50,000 plus per month, and this is kind of how that looks. So the example here is as a blue diamond, which is on the last slide. It talked about the average earnings of different levels of people that are different pin titles throughout the company. A blue diamond has 12 front level executives, and the average one is earning about $50,000 a month. So if you want to be a blue diamond, if you want to be a leader of other executives, we can talk about that here in this example. Obviously, there's different levels and different things that you can earn. There's different places that you can fit and so on and so forth. But I just want to teach you really quick how to make $50,000 a month. So if you want to make $50,000 a month and you want to be a blue diamond, then you have to have 12 front level executives, because you can't be a blue diamond unless you have 12 front level executives. The way that this looks is that, you're going to have these 12 front level people, and as a blue diamond, you're paid on 6 generations of volume. So the way that it works is that the wider you go with executives, the deeper you're paid. And as blue diamond, you max out the compensation plan and you're paid on 6 generations of executives. That's different from as a distributor where you're paid on levels, like Brent was talking about before. As an executive, you're paid on infinite levels, and other companies talk about being paid on multiple levels, but we're paid on infinite levels, and then we're also paid on 6 generations of executives. So you have your 12 front level executives, and in this example, we're talking about a mature blue diamond business. So it's been around for 2 to 5 years. Lots of these executives gone out and created their own businesses as well. And we're going to, in this example, say that each of your front level executives and so on and so forth have become Lapis executives, which have 2 front level executives themselves. So you have your 12 front level executives. The average executive in your business is worth $150 of permanent reoccurring income. Okay. So you have your 12, they find 2 each, goes down to 24. As you can see, they're on the G2. G3 becomes 48, G4 becomes 96, G5 becomes 192, and G6 becomes 384. So for you to be making $50,000 a month, you divide that by the $150 that the average executive is worth, that's 333 executives. So as you can see from this example, by just going out and becoming a blue diamond and creating an army of lapises, you'll have 384 executives on your 6th generation alone. So Dad, if you click forward a couple times here, it's gonna show what that means, because this is all cumulative, right? This all builds up. So you have your $1,800 of monthly reoccurring income from your front level executives, and it's going to double the whole way down. So it's going to be 1,800, then 36, then 72, then 14,000, then 28,000, then 57,000, and that's all going to add up. So this is actually a blue diamond organization that's making over $100,000 a month. It's making about $113,000 a month. So as a blue diamond, are you going to make $113,000 or are you going to make $50,000? Am I lying to you then or am I lying to you now? And ultimately, the whole goal here is if you want to make $200 a month, great. We have a spot for you. It's as a distributor. If you want to make $3,000 to $10,000 a month, great. It's as an executive. If you want to make $10,000 to $50,000 a month of reoccurring income and walk away and make this what you do and never have to worry about money again, then we can work with you. You can do that too. You can fit in any level of this compensation plan, and so can anyone that you talk to. So ultimately, you just need to decide where do you want to fit, and we can talk to you, and we have somebody that's done it, and we can get you in touch with them and talk about how to do it with social media.
Nice job, Blake. Okay, so Nick joined us. He's vacationing. Hey, Nick.
Hey, guys. Calling in from Cancun.
We love that you're vacationing.
Yeah, I'm so plugged in. It's end of the month, so I got my eyeballs on everything. So
I love it. You actually probably have more time to sit there by the pool and play with your phone than you do when you're working.
yeah, we sold toothpaste at the beach the last couple of days and boosted some posts and did a couple of posts of our own. I think my wife got one or two people started, so it's fun, mobile and global.
Yeah, perfect. So I know you love this slide, and so when you go over that comp plan, the trouble is every right-brained person in the world just glazes over. And I want to go backwards now for the end of this call, and we've gone a little bit longer than we intended, but hit us with the mechanics of wealth and about what an executive actually is, because I think this distinguishes us. And then we've got one last slide that's how you actually qualify to be an executive, and then we'll be done with our call for this week.
All righty. So this is you as an executive, and as you have someone else, you're going to be earning between 9 to 15, actually 9 to 20% on all of your customers and distributors as an executive. When you have someone else in your team become an executive, then them and their whole team. So this could be multiple levels, right? Just in this example, we've got 4 levels deep are going to come and be one executive group. So one family right there on your first generation. And so when you talk about other companies that pay you, say, 5 levels, 8 levels deep, that's it. We pay infinity levels deep, and we pay 6 generations deep of executive families. And in each one of those generations, there could be 50, 100, 200 people in every little one of those. So that's the power of Nu Skin's compensation plan, is just how many more people you can get paid on. If you build a business with Nu Skin, the same size as a business with a lot of the other companies out there, you're going to be getting paid, essentially pennies compared to what you can get paid here. And so then how you can become an executive on that next slide is this qualification process. So you can choose how fast you want to do it. You can do it in 1, 2, or 3 months. If you guys right now, all of you guys are most likely have already completed your first step to the qualification, or your executives, but you need to be thinking about your team. Think about who are those people that have done 400, 500, 600 points. We've got a couple of days left to help them get to their first step of the qualification, which is doing their first 1,000 points worth of volume. And then you guys can fast track and complete. So total, it's 4,500 points in 1, 2, or 3 months. And you guys can do that as fast as you want to go. And so I love what Charlie Patterson at the last Team Elite University said. He said, how long does it take? So some people say 3 months, 2 months, and he just said, as long as you decide for it to take, all right, and believe you can do it, and then put in the work. And life really begins at executive with Nu Skin. That's where the money starts. That's where the qualification for South Africa starts. And so, get there as fast as you can. And talking to you guys as leaders, the people in your team, you want them to be making the most money as possible, as quickly as possible. How's that going to happen? By helping them get to executive. So if you want people to stay in your business, you want them to be successful, right? So you should focus on creating as many executives in your team as quickly as possible.
Perfect, Nick. Thanks. And so we're done. I just want to wrap up by saying, the stated company goal is to go to 10 billion. And that sounds so big to me. It's, because I started when the company was pretty small, but we hit $1 billion in 2011, and now we're at 2.2. And I know exactly what they're doing to execute this. It's a three-legged stool. It's product to feed the beast. It's the innovation channel. You're going to see really accelerated social selling products that fit the model, that have big retail profit, that are $40 and under, that are very selfie worthy. So selfie products work better in social media. And then that leads us to the bigger conversation with the other products. And then the second leg of the stool is expedited shipping, just make that shipping be as easy as possible for the distributor and as cheap as possible, and do that globally. And then the third stool leg is technology, and they're going to put a really, really powerful tool in your hands. I mean, this me-commerce product is spectacularly crazy good, and I'm going to know way more about it. I've been playing with it a little bit, but I'll know way more about it by next week. So we'll do a little report on that. But it's pretty exciting, you guys. This is a big opportunity. Blake's right. You can make a couple $100 a week if you want. You can turn it into way more than that if you want, and we're here to help. So hey, have a great night. We went a little long tonight, but we had a lot to cover, and we'll do this again next week. Thanks.